I think the best thing to do with a new truck is just roll it, let it know what it's in for. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vermont Scale Customs. Thanks for stopping by. So, running the WT Micro FJ45, now currently updated. It won't be long before it has brushless installed. I ordered a Nano BEM along with the AM32 ESC, so that should be here in a few days. Actually, just got notification that they shipped today. And what else? Got a new servo in there, along with servo horn, brass steering linkage, Injora high clearance links, Injora 39mm oil shocks, Little Guy Racing grippers, along with Cyclone Beadlocks. Got brass RC all-wheel drive diff covers, Little Guy Racing 66 turn brush motor, and like I said, that's the WT Micro FJ45. This is also running V1 electronics, axial, obviously SCX24 stuff. But I said, yeah, it's getting the AM32 ESC, and so I downloaded the application for that. I haven't set it up yet, but looking forward to digging in on that. So I think this thing is just a little bit more weight, but I was pleasantly surprised with the overall performance of this truck. And I really kind of attribute it all to the wheel and tire setup that's on it now. It was good before, and I had some fun with it, but the Trench Kings got some really stiff sidewalls and some pretty stiff foams in there. So I think something with a little bit softer, more pliable material, much better suited for this lighter weight rig, which I think currently clocks in at 487 grams, if I'm not mistaken. So it's got some weight, but it's still under 500. And then, being on V1 electronics in the third setting, it's kind of spicy in spots. It's a little difficult to get that nice, smooth, slow crawl with it. You kind of get, you get some hot acceleration points with that throttle. I'm sure V2 is actually much better from what I understand, and I have none of the V2 electronics. I should get some of those someday. But it's still good enough to crawl, have some fun, which is what this video is all about, just checking out what this thing could do. Like I said, in lines like this, I was kind of surprised that I didn't hit the rear on the gate on the way out. I couldn't even imagine getting any closer to that. And what comes down must go back up. And so this was, again, kind of a pleasant surprise to see that this pulled this line off, because there have been some times when I've struggled with pretty much every other rig that I have. It takes the right wheel and tire combination along with some good weight and not be in a position to just flip over backwards. Granted, I hit the cone coming over, but the real point is surviving this drop right here, which I end up rolling over to the side. So thankfully, this isn't that high up, and it just kind of sits over on its side. Round 2, coming up in between the gates. I think I hit one of these. Coming up, I can't remember which. Maybe not. Maybe it's not this one. Not this round. Nope, I made it. Again, very impressed overall with just the kind of the minimum amount of modifications that have been done already to this. The OGRC chassis, even with the factory skid, really does provide quite a bit of advantage. I'm looking forward to getting the flat skid on there, which is going to raise the motor up a little bit, which is going to change the center of gravity. And also, too, with brushless going in, everything is about to change with this rig. So, at least for the time being, I'm really liking how it runs. I hope I don't break it, basically, as far as how it runs, because it's quirky, it's unique. I like it a lot in this setup. I'm just kind of hoping that I sort of take it to a point where it gets a little better. I cut right there because going off of this, I have rolled trucks every single time going off the other side of it. And so I decided to flip it around, come back up this way, which requires heating up the tires a little bit before they grab on. But these grippers probably do, I'd say, about the best out of any tire. And this was, I thought, just a great line coming up. I might have to make a short out of that. Was very impressed overall. I just think the truck just looks awesome. Those tires look great with it. Great contrast, great tread. Killer performance, to say the least. But to be able to look that good doing it, are you kidding me? I actually went to Facebook Marketplace and checked out 1970, 1969 Land Cruisers. They pretty much shared the same body style. I think for a couple of years running, they didn't change much at all. And there are plenty of them out there. If you want to own one of these that's fully decked out, you can certainly get one for about anywhere from, I'd say, $25,000 to kind of a bare bones, but still tricked out, to up to 40, 50 grand. To the fully restored, riding on 35s, winched on the front and back, every single overlanding trinket you could possibly have for one. I kind of like just spending a few $100 on an RC car and running it on my indoor course. Yeah, some of us aren't just, oozing money out of our pores in order to be able to go and, throw down on a $60,000 trailer truck, that you only drive occasionally. So, yeah, needless to say, those of you who can, that's great, but maybe someday it'd be nice if people decided to share the wealth a little bit more instead of stacking it up in the piles that they're making now, because I think it's becoming a lot tougher for people to be able to afford nice stuff. So, at any rate, back to the video. Enough of my financial philosophizing here. Tax the churches, tax the corporations more. Anyway, yeah, decided to cut to this spot here because it's about to roll here. So, anyway, yeah, back to this. It's busy climbing like a champ. And I'm pretty surprised that it doesn't unload nearly as much as I thought that it would. It's fairly well weighted, and also too, I think just the way this chassis is designed, it kind of works. That's kind of why I liked the first one, and I wanted to build a second one because I knew its performance. I need to weight it better, just because this problem here coming up, it definitely has. And this, I attribute this to short wheelbase too, so it's going to be kind of tricky to deal with it easily. This is pretty steep, so it just wants to go right over. So just some more bonus kind of freestyle footage driving around. I cut across this and head back over to that climb after making a wrong turn coming up here. Diffed. Very impressed with these tires. Very impressed with how they handle with the short wheelbase, even given the track width on these. So that's actually a fossil there that this is kind of hanging up on. And it takes getting tires a little warmed up until it gets over it. That's not an ammonite either. I don't know what it is for a fossil, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty good size. You can see kind of how long it is right there. Got some pretty cool shell features about it. Anyway, loving this truck, love how it looks, loving how it handles. Like I said, I hope I don't break the kind of unique combination of how it runs right now. I believe that I can only make it better from here. I wouldn't want to think that it's as best as it could be. I did end up liking the paint job quite a bit. I don't want to say that that's the best it can be, but I think that looks pretty good. Let me know your comments on that. Let me know your comments on any part of this video. Like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share your thoughts on the WT Micro stuff. I like that Willys Jeep that they've got too. If I were a big Jeep guy, that would be probably my next build. But I'm more of a Toyota guy. It's just kind of been who I am since, I don't know, way back in high school. I've driven Toyotas for pretty much most of my life, so So this coming up definitely was, I think, my biggest surprise out of them all. I know it sounds like a question, but I had to zip through some stuff here in order to get the line. But this right here obviously just kind of proved to me, I was like, oh, well, yeah, sure, this thing's definitely a little capable little rig. So you got to floor it to get out of it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you on the next one. Talk to you later.